Well, there are around 4,300 people waiting for organ donations in South Africa. And the patients are most commonly in need of new livers, kidneys, lungs or hearts. However, organ donors here are in short supply. We're joined this morning by Samantha Nicholls, Executive Director of the Organ Donor Foundation, to tell us why South Africans are falling short when it comes to this. She's in Cape Town for us. Samantha, good morning, and thanks for your time this morning. Now, where are we? Good morning. When it comes to organ donation in South Africa? How are we faring? We understand there is a shortage, but how bad is the shortage?
Well, if we look at worldwide statistics, South Africa has 1.8 donors per million population. That equates to about 100 donors a year. Countries like Spain, where the world leaders, have almost 40 donors per million population. So we're really sitting on the really bad side of the scale, if you can put it that way.
So what do we attribute this to? What would be the reasons that South Africans are not willing to fill in those forms and say, yes, if something happens to me, this is what you can do with my body, save another life with it?
So there are various reasons. The biggest, the ultimate reason, or the main reason, is education. You know, a lot of people don't really understand the concept of organ and tissue donation. We've done tons of surveys in the communities where 70% of people said they'd heard about transplantation and organ donation, but many of them felt that they didn't know enough to make an informed decision, or for their families to make an informed decision at the time of death. So ultimately it boils down to education. Obviously there's fears and misconceptions, cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, and many things that play a part in it. We also find that there's a big group of the population that say they've always wanted to do it, they just didn't know how. So it's the taking the next step action, where people perhaps think that you need to undergo a test, which is not true. It's very simple to sign up or register as an organ donor.
So, I mean, just from what I'm reading, and when we talk of public perception, Samantha, I mean, yes, religious and cultural, I mean, those we've been hearing about, but it seems like there's also a bit of a trust issue when it comes to, you know, putting our organs or in the hands of doctors, and some people say even maybe allowing them to play God, or that our organs will be used for what we hope they will be when we become donors.
Yes, look, absolutely, that falls under fears and misconceptions, and doctors obviously will do everything first to save your life. I think some people fear that, you know, doctors might let you die because they want to use your organs or tissue, but we want to reassure people that the team of doctors that are trying to save your life, the trauma and ICU doctors, are completely separate to the transplant surgeons, and it's such a huge team of people that need to get involved. So those people only become involved when someone has been diagnosed brain stem dead, and that has to be undertaken by 2 doctors who are independent of the transplant team. So you can rest assured that doctors will do absolutely everything to save your life. Only if you are brain dead and tests have been confirmed by 2 doctors, they will then, the next step is to discuss the decision with your family, make sure your family are happy, comfortable, it was a decision you made in your lifetime, and then they will start the process for organ donation. So we want to reassure listeners that, or people who are watching today, that, you know, it is a process that is, as it is internationally accepted all over the world, and you really don't need to fear signing up as an organ donor.
So what does it take? I mean, what's the process, Samantha, and at what age can you become an organ donor?
So to sign up as an organ donor is one step. So that is what we do. We promote people signing up as an organ donor. There isn't an age limit, and anyone can do it. Even if you have a chronic illness, you don't have to undergo tests while you're alive. There's a big misconception that people think that they have to undergo some tests. All you need to do is visit our website. It's www.odf.org.za, or you can call our toll-free line 0800 22 6611, and one of our staff will sign you up. It literally takes 2 or 3 minutes. You receive electronic communication. We'll also send you a postal pack confirming your registration. The next important step is discuss the decision with your family. They need to know, because they will be asked by medical professionals at the time of your death.
So what progress are we making then in breaking down those perceptions, those misconceptions, and also when it comes to religious and, you know, the cultural issues around this? Are we making any inroads there when we talk to religious leaders, cultural leaders, to maybe, you know, influence people in a certain way to say, this is something that you need to do and there's nothing wrong with it?
Yes, we as the Organ Donor Foundation in now I've got to go back in time, 2017 started the Iluntu project. It's an outreach project where we focus on going into the community. So we use talking, sort of conversation. We go into the clinics, we go into the schools, and we engage with people one-on-one. So we have field officers and coordinators who are now going into the communities to address the fears and misconceptions. We've also had discussions with cultural leaders and traditional healers, and many of them are very supportive of organ donation because they do understand that the largest group of people who need organs in the country are actually African people. And so to help fellow Africans, they are now helping us promote organ donation through the Iluntu project.
And very quickly, before I let you go, Samantha, one person who decides to be an organ donor, how many other lives can be saved with that one person?
So you can save up to 7 lives with your solid organs being your heart, your liver, your lungs, your kidneys, your pancreas. And then you can also improve the quality of life of up to 50 more people with your tissue, your skin, your bone, your corneas, your heart valve. So potentially you can help up to 57 people by signing up as an organ and tissue donor.
Oh, well, isn't that just a gift that you can give? Thank you very much. That's Samantha Nicholls, Executive Director of the Organ Donor Foundation.